Dwight is 4 rebounds closer to the top 10. LeBron!
Right now, that's even 56% overall.
Forgot the basketball. Look at this pass intended for LeBron. He's got it!
Do you guys think this man just found the fountain of youth? I mean, at year 19, LeBron shouldn't be able to dunk like this as far as sports science is concerned. But the fact that he's still able to do that stuff says a lot about his work ethic and how he's taken care of his body over the years. Today, let's take a look into just exactly how LeBron James is still playing like an MVP at 37 years old. To fully wrap your head around what LeBron is currently doing, let's compare him to other historically great players at the same age he's at right now. Vince Carter, for instance, was an athletic beast when he was younger, but only averaged slightly above 10 a game at age 37, and was clearly just a shell of his former self. Meanwhile, Tim Duncan presents a decent stat line at age 37. Just like Vince, he was clearly producing lower numbers than when you compare him in his prime. Now, in the case of Karl Malone and Kareem, both players had strong numbers at age 37, but the signs of slowing down were quite visible already as opposed to LeBron, who consistently produces the same MVP-type numbers year after year after year. And the crazy thing about all this is, he's still amping it up a couple of notches this season. What do I mean? Well, let's take a look at LeBron's stat line so far this season.
To the basket, no problem. I'm up high enough. I know where it is. Throws it down.
Based on the sample size we talked about earlier, LeBron should now be slowing down at the age of 37, but sheesh guys, just look at those numbers. LBJ is currently averaging 29.1 points this season, which makes him the second leading scorer in the league currently, only behind KD. Oh my goodness guys, in all 19 years of LeBron's career, he's actually having his 4th highest points per game average at age 37. I mean, 29.1 points per game is actually LeBron's highest points production over the last decade. On top of this insane figure, LeBron is also averaging 6.6 rebounds, 7.7 assists while shooting 52% from the field and 35.2% from 3. He's also averaging 36.9 minutes while being active on the defensive end with 1.6 steals and 1.1 blocks. Now that we know how impressive LeBron is compared to other greats at age 37, let's now take a look at some of his highlight clips to see just exactly how King James is doing it this season. Here's a post play from a couple nights back against the Nets. James Johnson is probably anticipating LeBron's fadeaway in this matchup, but when LeBron turned to his right shoulder, he attacked the rim, and that caught James Johnson off guard momentarily, which was all LBJ needed to finish the play.
LeBron James, year number 19. Both are 37 years old. James, the back end, big slide, beautiful.
Seeing LeBron punish opposing players from the block is nothing new, but this season, LeBron has been extra active on the offensive end, which we've rarely seen from him in the last couple of years. Check this out. After the initial pass to Melo, any other 37-year-old would just stand and watch from the perimeter as the play unfolds. But in this play, LeBron cuts hard at the same time THT attacks the lane and gets rewarded with an and one for being proactive.
The layup would have been Butler's 7th assist. Horton Tucker on the move. LeBron and a foul.
The same thing happened here, only this time it was a backdoor play. Skip Bayless has always pointed out that if LeBron just decides to put his head down and consistently attack the rim, then LeBron would just simply be unstoppable 9 times out of 10. Well, I think LeBron heard what Skip said because he's been in full attack mode all season. Guys, look at this. As LeBron leads this one-man fast break, 4 Magic players tried to stop this 250-pound freight train, but none of that mattered as he just brushed them off because LBJ is just too fast, too strong, and that leads to 2 points. LBJ has been on a scoring tear as of late, and in fact, he leads the NBA in 30-point games this season with 22. In an interview, he actually talked about the offensive explosion that he's having right now, and here's what he had to say. I don't need to score 30 a night, but I'm in one of the best zones offensively I've been in my career, and I don't plan on stopping it. That's just how I feel. I feel fantastic, shooting the ball extremely well. I don't go into the game saying, oh, you got to score 30 or you guys don't have a chance to win. I just play the game. The scoring has just been happening organically. With that being said, LeBron actually has a realistic chance of surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list. If he consistently scores just 25 points per game, he'll become the all-time leading scorer in about 79 games, which should happen sometime next season if he can stay healthy. Since we've already broken down LBJ's inside game, let's now take a look at the improvements on his outside shooting. When LeBron was a lot younger, the main criticism to his game was a lack of outside shooting, but after battling with Steph and Curry in the finals for 4 straight years, it seems that a little bit of that three-point shooting has rubbed off onto the King. I mean, check this out. Crossover, a little bit of a dance, step back, bottom. Aside from the consistency, his range also increased in this play. LBJ channeled his logo LeBron alter ego to sink the long bomb as the shot clock was winding down. Aside from having a solid season in scoring perspective, LeBron is also shooting almost 21 attempts a ball game, along with 8 three-pointer attempts, which, by the way, are all career highs. In addition, LeBron has also amped up his blocks and steals numbers this season, and with that, let's review some of his defensive clips. In this play here against the first-time All-Star Ja Morant, LeBron just simply clamped the young gun by using his feet in laterals. Despite how shifty Ja was, LeBron was able to time his shot and swat it away. I know you're very much familiar with this play, but this one never gets old. When you're in transition, there's no easy layup when LeBron is lurking from behind.
Mr. Famine for us so far. At the other,
Even playing against larger players at the center position, LeBron knows how to use his strengths, and in this possession, he was just one step ahead of Bagley as he stripped the ball using his quick reflexes. Speaking of LeBron's defensive effort, Vogel praised the defense of the 18-time All-Star, and here's what he had to say. Whether he's guarding the 5 or if he's on the backside at the 3 or the 4 or whatever, his voice has been critical over the last 3 years of me being here and this era of Lakers basketball to the defenses that we've had. He's the middle linebacker, he's the best communicator, he's the best anticipator. Anybody who wants to question what he's doing on the defensive side of the ball, he's critical to everything we do defensively. At the age of 37, LeBron is still on top of his game and shows no signs of slowing down. But have you ever wondered how he's able to stay in shape all these years? According to several websites, LeBron works out 5 to 7 days a week and attends different fitness classes such as VersaClimber, Spin, and Pilates. Aside from these, he also engages in yoga and plyometrics to maintain physical balance and flexibility. Now, in terms of taking care of his body, LeBron uses the aid of technology to speed up his recovery by using cryotherapy, electrostimulation, and he uses hyperbaric oxygen chambers in order to increase oxygen flow into the bloodstream for faster healing of injuries. What LeBron is doing right now is beyond impressive, but sad to say, the numbers that he's producing and the effort he's been putting in hasn't translated to the win column as the Lakers are barely scraping the surface of the playoffs with a below 500 record. With the chemistry issues surrounding Westbrook and the constant injuries of Anthony Davis, the Lakers are having a hard time winning games. But at the same time, I'll never say the Lakers are going to be an easy opponent when they're healthy, especially if they make the playoffs because LeBron James is greatness personified, and I will never count out greatness. Anyway guys, onto a slightly different topic here. Have y'all ever wondered how LeBron James or any other NBA player would do if they played in an overseas basketball league? Well, I asked myself that same question and came up with this video. There are some crazy numbers and facts that will blow you away. So hurry up, click the video because guess what? I'm already on the other side.